Welcome to a pictorial representation of the inaugural Southwest Intercommunity Summit at the Lama Foundation in Taos, New Mexico. After 50 years of service, it seems fitting that this event was held at Lama. Representatives of almost 30 intentional communities throughout the Southwest participated. We even shared energy with representatives from as far away as Tennessee. Breakout sessions were as diverse as the communities represented, from authentic relating to a community jam. Of course, I chose two that I attended. That jam was rad, I think is the proper terminology. But I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me bring you into this Lama Summit experience a little like I came to it. Most of us camped and took the trail up to Lama Central multiple times a day. Along the way, we'd see some interesting tents and yurts and other dwellings. I wish I had gotten a photo of Laura's tent at night. It was all lit up. Anyway, moving on up the trail, I had to take a little break there, was running out of breath at this altitude of 8,000 feet or so. As you get closer to Lama Central, you encounter a number of buildings with a variety of functions, most of which I didn't find out. But as you mosey on up the trail, you'll eventually come to the magnificent sight, not of Michelle, but the majesty of the building itself, including a stimulating place for children and childlike adults to play. You can see another shot of Lama Central in the distance, past the dome on the right. That's my laugh partner Jill in the distance, leaving the portal at Lama Central. We had a good laugh, didn't we, Jill? Speaking of the portal, this is where we shared delicious meals, scintillating conversation, and the like. And the incredible dome is where so many other amazing things happened on a daily basis. What an incredible space the dome is. From the top to the bottom, the dome is incredible. Indeed, the space had magical potential, but it was the people who made the magic happen. Mighty Megan, who you see on the left, spearheaded the venture with tremendous support from other Lama beings. Yep, Megan was everywhere. Here she is chatting with Steve from the Folsom Funny Farm in Boulder. And often, where you found Megan, you could find her partner Glenn. Glenn was all over as well. Some of those Seva-minded Lama beings included Karen, my kitchen duty mentor on the left, and Michaela on the right. Michaela was also my wash house guide. She did a terrific job. And here's Louis, who put a ton of time in the kitchen and in the lamasery. And I apologize for the quality of this photo, but this is all I've got. And this is Jordan, another Lama being who multitasked all weekend. As did Kaya, whom you see on the right. Her arms were around many things during the weekend, including Laura. And Justin wore himself out in the kitchen. Good place to curl up in the library, though. Some of the artists in attendance here, Amy and Angela on the left and the right, who shined their musical and dramatic light throughout the time we shared, and Gracie, a Lama being who was inspirational on stage and in the kitchen. How about I let a few of these photos speak for themselves? Getting a little tired of commentary. I have to send a shout out to Rich from Hummingbird, though. He did his part in so many ways. It wasn't all drudgery, though, right, Rich? Vanessa seems to enjoy your way. Hey, Rains, we're still waiting for those photos, bud. Would love to see them. Much gratitude to Pokey, who shared his chocolate with all of us. Obviously, chocolate wasn't all Pokey shared. Here he has a moment with Mark. And here is Eric, my friend from the Mariposa group, sharing a moment with our super soprano, Stacy. Ah, this old mind of mine. I can't remember the name of the young lady chatting with Vanessa, but it's a lovely photo anyway. What a place to hold a conversation. And here we have little Jace on the left, Araya, and Megan. Megan brought the community co-parenting perspective to the event. Her son Jace, and I guess she co-moms Araya. And here's my buddy Chama from Mimbrace. I got to spend a little time with him there. He gets another hug from Vanessa. Vanessa got and gave lots of hugs. Sweet. And here they share the shot with Charmaine, also of the Mariposa group in Northeast Texas. It was such a pleasure spending that time with you and Eric, Charmaine. Yes, at the inaugural Southwest Intercommunity Summit, we shared food, we shared ideas, and we shared musical connections. Hey, DJ James, Stephen, my drumming partner, sure was a good time. And of course, we shared plenty of smiles. Michelle enjoyed camping with you. And for those who didn't get to explore the incredible landscape of Lama, let's appreciate some more of Lama's majestic beauty. How about we begin with the Mecca-like journey to Sufi Sam's temple? As you can see, I'm making the climb, trudging on up the path. Remember, I think it's almost 8,000 feet. It's a challenge for an old guy. Anyway, as you come around the curve there, voila. You can stop and survey the incredible scene from that vantage point. And the temple itself, pretty remarkable piece of architecture. Can you see Steve sitting over there? There he is, left corner. I call Steve the caveman. Anyway, I just couldn't resist the view. Just a refresher. The temple in the distance, moving closer and closer still until we actually reach the steps. Tough to see you there, Steve, but I knew you were there. And Steve wasn't the only one who made the trek. Gene and Larry found their way there as well. It's hard not to return to the dome in all its magnificence, to show the views from the dome. And how about the bells that called us to the gatherings that we shared? I didn't make use of the indoor bathhouse, but it's good to know that it's there if it was needed. And if you preferred the outdoors, there was a bathhouse for you as well. How about a little open air gym? Yes, Lama is unique in so many ways, including the diverse dwellings you find there. So many shapes and sizes, colors, and degrees of remoteness. A walk down almost any path at Lama is an adventure. So many sights to see. And the views were just spectacular. And I'd just like to wrap this up at the place where I started, in the campground. My tent on the left, Laura's tent on the right, without those night lights. And the final view of the incredible, special, spiritual nature of the Lama Foundation. I hope you enjoyed this pictorial representation of our experience. In this case, the photos couldn't possibly tell you of the experience, but I hope you got a flavor. Thanks for joining me, and thank you for sharing in an incredible experience.